So the insulation that we got is a bit too thick. These walls are pretty narrow. We got R19. We should have got, I think they had R13 in denim. So beforehand, I wish I would have done that if I would have known beforehand. But we're working with what we've got, so we're just kind of we're putting it up and we're tearing some off to make it a bit thinner, because you don't want to compact this down when you put your Reflectix over top or whatever you use. We're going to use Reflectix to cover this, make a vapor barrier. You don't want to pack it down because then it won't work as well. And also by tearing some out, we use a little bit less insulation. So with all the pieces that I tear off, it's fine because we have a lot of little cracks and crannies that we can shove it into. So along the top of these, like, you just have to shove it in there. You're not supposed to compress it, but it's better to have some in there compressed than to not have anything at all. Also, I have found that I can kind of shove this in to fill these. So the side hole right here is a bit bigger, so I can put it up and just kind of push it to the side. In the middle, I probably will have to use a type of foam insulation here.
Like this one.
Yeah, which I started the first one not thinking that I would be able to shove this in, and then I tried it and it actually worked. So for the rest of them, I'm gonna get at least this section in denim, the first 2 feet or so, just by shoving it in. This middle couple of feet, I'll probably have to do foam, and then on the other side will be denim too. So
cool.
Denim is good over the foam because it's a lot cheaper per area. These cans of foam only really fill like 2 of these, and they're like $6. So
yeah, the fire one is like $7.50 or something.
yeah, $7.50. So they're kind of expensive for the amount of space that they actually fill. So use denim wherever you can, and then for whatever you can't get to, use foam.
Nice and fluffy.
Like you.
So we're cutting, I don't know how many inches these are, like 3 to 4 inch pieces.
These are actually perforated sections that are already perforated.
They already come
so we're
like
just
this.
tearing it apart.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's perfect for this size of the van. So there are holes on either side of these metal pieces. So what you do, or what I like to do, and I have smaller hands than Joe, I just shove it in there and put my other hand on the other side to try to reach for it. And so I just slide it in there.
And kind of pull it through.
And, yeah, pull it through from the other side, and just make sure you get it all the way to this side. So since it's only this size, it's gonna come up to here, but the metal thing goes the hole goes all the way to the top. So once you have it all in, you push it up, and then you stuff little pieces on the bottom.
And on these ones over here, they have some holes in the top, so you can actually just shove stuff in from the top.
Nos va a cortar aquí arriba para poner el abanico. My uncle is cutting the roof to put the fan, because we are a little too scared to do that, aren't we?
Yeah.
So, thanks, Theo. Gracias,
Calling
Theo.
the experts.
Yeah, calling the experts. I know everyone on YouTube goes to the roof, but he says he doesn't want to go because of his weight. And so he's going to do it from the bottom. So, and look at all the insulation. It's coming. It's coming together. Little by little. But we're cutting our van, so I'm so nervous. We're cutting a hole on our baby.
This is not...
Oh my god.
I can see daylight.
Woo! You can see outside.
We are getting the top layer of the Reflectix on the sides finished up. So one thing to note, we left this cable outside. You don't want to put that back in to prevent it from getting damaged. We're going to keep it out until
we have like the counter or the cabinets in and the closet and all that. That way, if we add something that comes in, hits up. So we're finishing up the top layer of the Reflectix on the side. We kept this cable out from the Reflectix just because when we put the cabinets in, we want to know where this cable is at. That way, if something hits up against it, it won't damage the cables. And because we're still deciding how exactly we want to deal with these, so we're gonna have to. We've got all these cables that we're not using. These are from like lights or from the speakers and things like that. So we have to probably cut them and then put a little cap on them. Otherwise, we'll just kind of unwind them a ways, but I think that's extra work. I think we'll just probably cut them and cap them here, wrap them up in some electric tape so they don't start a fire or anything. So.
Huh?